welcome to Beer Mail episode number 17 of
Brutal Battle, and it has been a while since we've done a beer mail. Probably like a year, maybe even more than that.
It's been a very long time.
So it's not really mail. We didn't really get the beer in the mail. We were handed these beers. They're from my sister, Caroline Cook, and her friend, Jason Tabeling, who went to Pittsburgh and were in that area, and they went to Strange Roots Experimental Ales in Gibsonia and picked up 2 beers that they thought we would like, so we're making it a beer mail.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't give us the beers to, like, be on the podcast necessarily, but I was like, I mean, this isn't something we normally get, so I feel like it's worth having on, for sure. Now, I will say that when we were there, we had actually been to Strange Roots before. We weren't really fans of the beers so much. They were okay-ish, but it's been years, literally years, so things change. And maybe that day we didn't have what their best stuff was anyway, so these were handpicked for us. We'll see what we think. So this is going to be a, shorter episode, just because we're tasting 2 beers. So let's go with the first one. These are both in 16-ounce cans, by the way, which I feel like you just assume that nowadays, because that's what breweries mainly do. This is their Tart Burst, all one word, the cherry vanilla version. It's a fruited sour ale conditioned on cherries and vanilla beans. And the ABV is, 6.8.
Okay. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah. Certainly. There we go.
Oh, and if you hear the cat.
She, as soon as we start recording, she's always got to be like, hold on. Let me make at least a little noise so the the listeners know I'm here.
She's still here. That's how she's still around.
She's still kicking. She's 13 years old, but apparently she's a very young 13 because she got a very good bill of health by the vet, and they were like, for a senior cat, they're like, she looks great. So I was like, good. Maybe she'll be very old at some point. It's pretty red.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Reddish, pinkish. A little bit of a light pink on the head that's sticking around.
I'm getting a lot of the vanilla. Pick out cherry necessarily.
Right. But berry.
But definitely some sort of berry.
Yeah, I'd be like red berry.
Yeah.
Although, is a cherry technically a berry?
I don't think so.
No, it's a stone fruit.
Stone fruit.
Yeah, it's technically a stone fruit, but it has a berry smell to it. It has a kind of berry taste, especially in beer.
And you can tell it's a sour. It has that tartness.
Yeah, and that's the distinction. It's more tart. It doesn't smell like sour, but it smells tart. So it smells like it's not going to build a ton of phlegm. Will be more manageable for people who aren't big into sour beers. So yeah.
It's good. It's tasty. It's real light.
Oh.
You like it? I know you don't really like cherry.
Yeah, I actually really do. And I like the fact that it is light. Like what you're talking about. It's a decent amount of cherry, in my opinion. And you can pick it out as cherry, actually. It has a nice cherry flavor to it. But it is, I don't want to say it's in a bad way. It's a little bit watery, but in a good way.
It's thinner.
Yeah. I think that makes it more refreshing.
Yeah.
And it also, yes, it has kind of a medium-low tartness to it.
Yeah, it's very sessionable.
Yeah, it's very easy drinking, even though it has that tartness to it. I do get the vanilla in there as well, which is creating a slight bit of a creaminess. Not a lot, just a little bit.
I mean, it's
good.
Exactly what you would think you're going to get reading the label.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I was a little bit when we got the beers, I was like, oh man, I hope we actually like these, because I remember going there and not really enjoying the beers that much.
Is that the one I didn't go to?
No, you were with us for that.
Oh, I was.
Mm-hmm. It was just at the end of the day.
So that's when I got the cocktail.
Yes, you did get a cocktail there. Yeah, they were doing a bunch of beer cocktails when we were there. I'm sure we talked about them when we did our Pittsburgh excursion episode, which you can find that on brutalbattle.com or archive.org by searching Brutal Battle.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. No one drove.
Oh yeah, no. We were lifting or Ubering the entire time.
That was at the end of the day, and we were feeling it.
Oh yeah, we were all feeling it. We had hit a decent amount of places. Where did we hit that day? We hit Dancing Gnome, Hitchhiker, and Grist House.
And then Strange
Roots. There may have been another one in there.
No,
somewhere.
I think that was it.
Okay. But yeah, we hit plenty of breweries. Ooh, when you take like a larger slug of that beer, there's an increased vanilla at the end. And I like that because it's like it's presenting cherry up front and then going to the vanilla kind of for the finish. And it's just a bit of like a kiss of the vanilla. But then, like I said, if you take a bigger gulp, you get an increased perception of the vanilla. It's a good beer. I really do enjoy it. I'm very happy with that.
I think that's the one they had a different version of their tart burst. I think Caroline said.
Oh.
But so they didn't have this one, but this is the only one they had in cans from their tart burst.
Yeah, but this is good.
Yeah, I like it. We'll have to let Caroline know.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I think this is the one, I'm not sure, this isn't Caroline style, but Jason picked this one out for us. And saying that we would like this.
Yeah, so basically the sour was from Caroline, the stout is from Jason.
Yeah. This one is called Monster Milk Coffee. It is an imperial dessert stout conditioned on chocolate cookies and organic Arabia coffee. Arabica, sorry.
What's the ABV?
9.3.
9.3. So it's up there, but it's not insane. And here's the thing. Okay. I was going to say, I wonder if they mean like Oreos. Yeah. In the picture, it's like a monster holding what looks like an Oreo cookie, but they can't say Oreos. You're not allowed to do that because marketing. All right, here we go.
Arabica.
Yes, Arabica.
There was like water on it. I couldn't read it.
This can's filled even higher than the tart burst.
You said they both felt real full. You can be able to pour this?
Yeah, I'll get it. Oh, I don't want to go too crazy on this. That's a 9.3. Although we're finishing on it, so it's whatever. We don't have to jump to another beer. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now, typically, before we even start smelling or anything, I just want to make a statement about beers like this. And then we can see, in comparison to our past experiences, what this is like. Typically, with stouts like this that have things like cookies in them, condition on these cookies, it's overly sweet.
Well, and it says it's a dessert stout.
Right. So let's see if it's sickly sweet or if it's sweet to a point where it's going up to the line or what. I'm hoping it's not too sickly sweet because breweries have a tendency to just let it go crazy sweet. But we'll see. All right. The coffee could even it out.
Good.
The coffee could even it out. I mean, it looks like a stout.
Yeah.
Really creamy head on there, though, which is looking nice.
It smells so good. Like, you get the sweetness, you get the coffee. It smells really roasty.
Yeah, super roasty. I think more than anything, I'm getting, like, the roasty aspect from the coffee as opposed to, like, a straight-up coffee-type smell. Yeah. Very chocolatey. Yeah. Very chocolatey. Since I know it's, like, Oreo cookies, basically, I can get, like, the lard, like, the white stuff in there. Like, I smell that, like, vanilla-y, sugary, creamy stuff from it.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell overly sweet.
Do you get something that smells slightly cinnamon?
No, but I'm getting something that smells like bourbon.
Oh. I don't, but it smells good, though. It smells
barrel-aged to me.
It doesn't smell too sweet. I will say that.
No, it doesn't at all.
But it could be different on the flavor. Let's see. It's pretty sweet. It's not crazy sweet, though.
It's thinner than I thought it was going to be for an imperial stout.
What is that taste?
Yeah, what is that?
There's a weird taste in there that I'm not feeling. Astringency. There's an astringency that's really messing up this beer. Do you agree with me? It's like the astringency is standing out. It's like separated within the beer. It's like there's sweet and there's astringent going on, and they're not meshing. The coffee's not doing much to the beer.
I'm not getting. I got more coffee on the nose than I did doing the taste.
The coffee's lost. It's just sweet cookie, and it's not even like good chocolate to it. Although I am getting some chocolate, it's mainly like that kind of like lard, like that vanilla lard flavor. It's just sugar.
It's like sweet and then bitter.
Yeah. And not in a good way either.
No.
Although after you're done and stuff's just like sitting in your mouth, I'm getting like a coffee roastiness that lingers in my mouth. So like that's good. But like I want that in the actual flavor, not in like, the lingering in your mouth. The astringency's not good in this. Let me see if they have a date code on it. Nope. All right. Well, that's on them. Use your date code. No, I don't like it. Not a fan of this. Can't do it. Not going to drink it, unfortunately. Thank you for getting it for us, Jason. I'm sorry. We did like the sour, though. This is good. I'm a fan of that one. There are probably people who really do like this type of beer.
Yeah, I could see where people would like it, for sure.
But I also think there are a lot better versions of this, even though they're really sweet, because that astringency is so off.
Yeah.
And that bitterness is so off with the other flavors. And that's kind of one of the problems is, like, when you go heavy on sweet stuff, it's going to make bitterness taste worse, in my opinion. So, I don't know. It's not great. I think it needed more hopping as well. Like a nice kind of like hop aspect to it would have been good. It needed more coffee or better coffee or darker coffee. I don't know. So it needed something tweaked with the coffee. Probably less on the cookies as well. Yeah. Bring that back. And here's the other thing. Like, we don't need to do actual cookies. Like, you don't actually have to age it on cookies. You can age it on things that imitate a cookie. And I think that gives you a better, more restrained, less sweet beer, honestly. So I like better the beers that are inspired by something like an Oreo cookie instead of, we're just going to throw Oreo cookies in there. It seems kind of lazy to me. It seems very uninspired, in my opinion. And it just gets too sweet and it becomes a mess.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had a beer done with cookies that we've liked.
I think Hitchhiker.
Okay.
I think Hitchhiker had that Oreo Speedwagon.
Oh,
and I think we like that one. But it is seldom that happens. But once again, like, that's our preference. I'm sure there are people out there who like it. And, like, as long as it's selling, like, they're going to make it because it sells. So
that's all that matters.
That's capitalism. Like, if the market will purchase it, like, then you'll keep making it. So, but yeah, thank you to Caroline Cook, Jason Tabeling. We really appreciate having these beers on. Glad we liked the one. Sorry we didn't like the other one. All the things. We are on Untapped. I'm Carlton Malibu, all one word. You are?
Ruby Reb 62.
And Instagram?
Brutal Battle Podcast.
Please rate us and review us on whatever podcatcher you listen to us through. iTunes helps us the most. Also, word of mouth, tell people about the podcast so you can, get some more ears on us. That would be awesome. You can email us at brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. And I already told you about the back episodes and everything. So, yeah, thank you everyone for checking this episode out. And until next time,
keep it brutal.